Welcome to this LiveSimsTour.com tour of Juneau, Alaska. I am George Kessinger, and I will be your pilot and tour guide. We're in the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and our airplane is a Cessna 172 Special equipped with floats. Juneau sits at the base of Mount Juneau, 32,255 residents as of 2020, making it the third largest city in Alaska after Anchorage and Fairbanks. During our flight, you will see the tour from the cockpit as now, and then sometimes from a drone outside the plane, which gives us a much better view. We're going to bank left here and fly down over Douglas, which is now part of Juneau after a 1970 controversial vote by the folks in Juneau to annex Douglas. As we head south, we see Admiralty Island, which is also known as Bear Island. It is a 1,600 square mile island, the seventh largest in the United States, and has 1,600 bears, one for each square mile. Juneau is the state capital, and here's the picture of the capital, and we look for it in this graphic of the, we don't find it, it's pretty a common building. Up this valley is where Joe Juneau and Richard Harris found gold. There's a museum up there and a tourist attraction where you can learn to pan gold, and you get to keep all the gold you find, and they get to keep all the fee they charged you. As we fly up the city, which is about 13 miles, it's all stretched along the mountains here on the right. Juneau is unique among the capitals of the 49 states in that there are no roads to it. Honolulu, Hawaii is another such capital, but Juneau is limited because of the Juneau ice sheet, which sets up here on the right, that blocks any attempt to build roads. So everything has to come by plane or by boat. So it's actually an island city. Juneau was named the capital of Alaska in 1906, when it was the territory of Alaska. Sitka had been the capital before, and Sitka, by the way, is listed as the largest U.S. city by land area, with a population of just 8,500 or so. And it is the fifth most populated city in Alaska. Sitka is over 6 times larger than Jacksonville, which is the largest by land area in the lower 48. Here we're looking at Mendenhall Glacier, and on the right is Bullard Mountain, and on the left is McGinnis Mountain, which protect each side of the glacier. We're going to move up, follow up Lemon Creek here, and go up and fly around the Juneau ice field. Congress actually approved moving the capital to Anchorage in 1974, but the folks there failed to vote funding to build a new capital, so that never happened. Juneau is the second largest after Sitka city in the United States by land area. The Juneau ice field, located just north of Juneau, it continues north. By the way, we're here over the Lemon Creek Glacier, which feeds Lemon Creek. And this glacier is important because it has the Juneau Icefield Research Program, which has been going on for many years. And it teaches us a new term, surface mass balance, which, as you would guess, is the balance between the precipitation and water added to the glacier and that melts and runs off. We will circle around Scorpion Peak here, which is a 4,222 foot peak, which is at the south end of the ice field, and head back toward Mendenhall Glacier. NASA chose the ice field as one of the places on Earth that captured the emotional sensations that one might encounter while walking on the moon. The expansive views, stark beauty, the harshness of the ice and rock, all are here. So astronauts came here for experience before going to the moon. Scientists estimate that the ice field is 800 to over 4,500 feet deep. It's all part of the Tongass National Forest. It is the largest national forest and covers most of Southeast Asia, surrounding the famous Inside Passage, and offers unique chances to view eagles, bears, spawning salmon. By the way, this graphic is to show us how the glacier has retreated and from 1760 to where it is now. So we're approaching that's Lemon Creek on the right. And we're going to go through this pass before us, which is on the shoulder of Bullard Mountain. And when we get over this pass, we'll be able to see the glacier. And McGinnis Mountain is right ahead of us on the other side. So here we see the glacier. Oh, off to the right is Suicide Glacier. Never found out why it was called that. But this glacier is the Mendenhall Glacier, and it shows us the medial moraine, which is the accumulation of debris that when two glaciers join somewhere upstream, they deposit their debris in the middle. It's a pretty good view of the glacier. We look out, and that across the way is Glacier Bay National Park and Reserve. It's about 80 miles away, those mountains in the far distance. So Mendenhall Lake here is on our left, and Juneau International Airport is up ahead of us, but we're going to land on the lake. You know, landing on the airport wouldn't be very interesting. The lake was formed when the glacier began to retreat and has a maximum depth of 200 feet and covers a surface area of just over 1 square mile. We're going to see Nugget Falls coming up here ahead of us, and it is the runoff from Nugget Glacier at the base of Bullard Mountain. There's Bullard. This waterfall, which you're beginning to see now, drops 377 feet, 99 feet in one drop and 278 feet in the second. Ends up on a sandbar there at the bottom, and we're coming in for a water landing, and it looks like we're too high and we're going too fast. So we're going to do a go-around, which is an accepted maneuver when you're in a condition where you aren't ready to land. When we land, you have to watch out for the icebergs and the brash. Brash are the little pieces of ice that are no larger than 2 meters in size. Fortunately, here on the sim, we don't have icebergs or brash, so we have a clear opportunity to land safely. So we come around, ease our way down. There's Nugget Creek on the right. The glacier right ahead of us coming up to the face. Up, we touch down, we bounce, which apparently is also an accepted procedure. And now we're safely on the water and we're going to coast. It turns out there aren't any brakes on this float plane. And we're going to come around watching the glacier, and we'll come to a stop. It gives us an opportunity to say thank you for taking this tour of Juneau.